So if you guys just want to start by introducing yourselves, who you are to the collective.
Shit, we've never really talked about
I
know. Well, I'm Rio. I do most of the Instagram hard posts, like the collages and the posters. Ray also helps with that. Like she made the graphic for the pin. So yeah, more like the creative side.
I'm Carter. I just hang out.
Simple York.
No, but Carter's gonna be essential to us, like in the future when we want to like monetize this shit and market it.
He's our business brain.
Yeah.
Which I think our intentions to monetize it are less like direct versus just like seeing how it's. I think the intentions towards monetization are towards service, more towards anything that we like need to build up of this.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, our
Like a non-profit.
right. Our thing right now is kind of just like selling the pins and little odds and ends to put money together to make a zine so that we can publish everything that everyone's been sharing, and that's kind of where the money's focused at right now.
Yeah. Honestly, there's no money. It's
no.
a free event that people go
Yeah.
hang out at. You know, like that's the most
I
important
know. I
thing.
just want to make like enough money to like publish the artist,
Yeah,
and that's it.
that's the goal. I'm Ray, by the way.
How did you guys get the original idea for the events and everything?
Rio.
I kind of just like said it in passing to Carter at work, I think. I was complaining about how I brought it up to my friend and they didn't want to necessarily do it, or they were just like, But then Carter's like, no, I love that. And then Ray was obviously there at some point when we were talking about it. And then one day she just texted us straight up, like in a group chat. She was like, I can get this going like ASAP. Like we could get Polka Dot. And I have like 10 people at Wayne State that are already like dying to read somewhere, and like they don't really have a space for that. So like I've got heads and I've got a location. So then after that it was just like easy.
Did any of like the shutdowns from Wayne State kind of inspire it? Was that something that
It kind of just happened hand in hand.
It did happen hand in hand, yeah. I think as we've been going, it's sort of been a catalyst in pulling people out from school, because they're sort of feeling the pressure of like not having that community there anymore. But no, I wouldn't say that it was an inciting incident.
what is your main goal with the event specifically?
I don't know.
I think we'd all have different answers.
I just
Yeah.
want
I
to
think
make
it's
people like happy. Like it makes me incredibly happy to like build some sort of community. Like I feel like my entire life I've always just like been obsessed with like collecting my friends and like getting them together to do something. Or like anytime I'm in town I'll text like 10 people and I'm like, oh, we all have to get together. So like I've always loved to just like build a community wherever I've been. And I haven't done anything artistically like in a while since like high school. So it was like something I was really needing, like itching for.
An outlet, yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, the big thing is like I know a lot of people who write, but most of those people don't read their own work aloud. And like I see them in class like get choked up at the idea of having to share. And I'm like, no, this should be like practice for us, and you know, to have an audience and like have a room where people are listening to you for a couple of minutes is like really important, I think, as a writer to have.
And it's such a safe space. I feel like everyone just, like you said, community, everyone seems welcome and feels very comfortable there.
It does.
That's
It's really
cool.
nice. And like seeing everyone come in and like most of the people that are there, I mean we've only done 3, but it's like we've already seen consistency and like the same faces showing up, and I've already made like such good friends like from it. Like with John, it's like I would have never known him any other way. And now like every time I see him I'm like my whole world is like lit up. Like it's so exciting.
Yeah.
And I feel that way like about a bunch of people that come. Everyone, honestly. Any familiar face.
What was the idea behind the name? How'd you guys come up with that?
Carter.
Ooh.
It was Carter.
No!
Yes.
Why did I think it was you?
We were we were just like I think we had a notes app of like 40 different names.
Mm.
Like a baby name list.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think Patty was just a clear inspiration for all three of us. And then I think as the event has progressed, we've kind of grown into the name more than the name has inspired us. I think Detroit has a budding poetry scene. There's a well-established events, but I think for us, we pride ourselves on being unpretentious, unserious. People are drunk at, we
a little more casual. There's no rules,
and we don't know what we're doing. We really are just kids, just kind of hanging out and sharing work together. So it feels oddly fitting. I think there was a part of me that's like, that book has taken on such a life of its own, and as much as it's become kind of a cachet, we do align ourselves with everything that Patty kind of captured in that book.
Yeah, she was that was her biggest thing, is creating communities and making sure people felt heard, and just cultivating the perfect thing for her and her friends. She did a lot of poetry readings.
She did, all very sort of low key.
Every time I'm on Pinterest, it just shows me different photos of her reading.
So with that and finding inspiration from other people, do you think that influences your own writing? Do you feel like it's, how big of that? How big is other influence to your own work?
I would say big, for sure. I mean, Carter went and saw Patty actually last week. She came, Ferndale?
Yeah, Ideation Orange. It was kind of a weird event, but definitely felt like I was in the presence of one of the greatest artists of the last 50, 60 years, and definitely woke up the next day being fuck, I don't know if I can swear on this, but I wanna there's a I think we're all I grew up feeling like my world was sterile. And art has been the greatest remedy to that feeling of sterileness, and being from the suburbs, and or growing up mostly in the suburbs. And I think someone like Patty, there's just a fire burning in her, and I think that fire is the remedy to that sterileness. And I think people, whether they have the language for it or not, are chasing that, and I think poetry is a vehicle to help them access that.
Yeah. I think that too, with every event that we have, the more research I have to do, so the more people I'm learning about, or the more me and Ray are talking, or sharing books, or thoughts, ideas, and so it's every day I'm learning about this new person or someone I already knew, finding out that they wrote poetry and they made a whole book, and so it's doing all that research and reading. It's really awesome, because it definitely makes me a better artist and writer.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah, I have to say, from my personal experience of going to the events, even the readings that we hear there, whether it's original or not, I find so much inspiration from that, especially because it's a lot of people that I feel we have a lot of connection with and similar experiences, and I find that.
And the levels of it are insane. Some poems are so simple, they're only 3 lines, and then other are essays, and they're insane stuff. They've been working on it for years. And it's I love that we have all of that, and you can see yourself somewhere on that scale.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear a lot of the women read, I'm I need to start reading my own stuff, because it's I see myself in that, and that's okay, I need to stop being shy. Yeah. I've been mostly just reading other people's works that I really love, but I'll get to it.
So what kind of advice would you give to the people who are scared? Because I've been to all nights and I have not read because I'm way too afraid.
Do it scared.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Yeah. Take a shot and do it scared.
The first one, that was I had to go last. I went last. That was the first time I've ever spoken in front of a crowd that I didn't know. The only other time I've spoken in front of people was my speech class with kids that I had been going to school with for years. So it was the first time I've ever done it. And I was shaking.
Yeah.
But the second time, kind of shaking a little bit. It was mostly like my like leg for some reason, and then the third time it's like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, I think something that's really resonated for me is a lot of the people that came to the first event was also their first time reading in public, and now we hear them read at like the second and the third event, and it's like the swagger and the demeanor and the sort of like persona that they have now is just totally different than who they were at the first reading,
Yeah.
and that's super exciting. Like they're developing something, and it sort of encourages you to do the same thing.
I feel like the first one too, nobody wanted to go first.
Yeah.
And now everyone's like, nah, I want to go first.
Yeah.
I want to be here all night. There's
Yeah.
like 30 people. And it's like, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Like, people aren't as scared. They're like, no, I'll go whenever.
Mhm.
It's not as like nerve-wracking. Because you do see the same faces, so it gets a little easier by like your second, third. It's just like, oh, I know these
Familiar
people.
faces, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so scary. I think that there are some people though in the room that aren't sharing.
Yeah.
Like there are some like probably crazy poets that are just listening, and I'm like, no, they'll be up there.
Yeah.
But
We'll get
they
it.
will be.
Oh yeah. How are you guys approaching the themes? I know like recently you posted on Instagram was the first must have come from you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Ray. Well, you found a copy of Howl in your friend's office,
Yes.
and then I had the same copy. And then we kind of wanted it to be pretty vague. Well, the first one we didn't tell anyone it had a theme, but to us it had a theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did the reading of the Howl poem America, and so that was kind of like our vague secret theme for the first one.
Yes.
And then the second, it just made sense, family, tradition. We were in between holidays,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that just like was so easy to us. It's like, yeah, everyone wants to talk about their family. There's always trauma or something great to say, you know?
Mhm.
It's like there's always something to write about your dad, your sister, your brother, your mother,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
There's a fluidity too to the theme. Like we always want to leave a little room for interpretation. So like found family, community, you know.
We always like to have like works go with the theme too. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but every single person, like with the family collage, they would pick like a family poem or
Yeah.
something that had inspired them that we would attach to the end of it.
Yeah.
So that was awesome too, because I learned about a bunch of different poets through that.
That was really awesome.
That was the hardest theme for me though. And that's kind of why with the next one, it was just like, I was like, well, I'm reading Cookie Wheeler right now.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with her and I need everyone to know about her.
The themes too are almost more for us and marketing it. Like we
Yeah, just,
love
like,
when
what
people
makes
come up and
sense.
just don't like. The night itself isn't that structured, and we
Yeah.
love when people
Yeah.
just come and share
I
something.
wouldn't care if anyone
on
didn't
topic,
read
yeah.
anything
Yeah.
on theme.
Totally.
Yeah, I know writing on theme gets to be a lot of pressure, especially with like, I mean, you have a month in between,
I
but then
think
you
some
start
people
thinking about
like it,
deadlines and structure. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
like
definitely
some
for
people
different
are like,
audience.
what's the next theme? Like they're trying to challenge themselves, but I think those are more like our like Wayne State like graduate
Yeah.
program writers. They're
It-
like,
It was very exciting, Madeline that read at the last night, to know that like she went into what she wrote with the idea of sort of mimicking Cookie's prose
yeah.
and making that known. That was super, super awesome. Like just kind of taking the theme to a whole nother level.
Really cool.
Yeah, and so the next one, I don't want to choose it, so we're asking the audience.
Yeah.
yeah. Fair enough. I mean, it's good to get the community's feedback too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
think that's the next step, you know, in roping everybody else into the behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're trying to find a way to like kind of just like make it feel so much more of a community. Like
Mhm.
it's not just us, like it's everyone. Like if you want to pull up and help with a poster, like you can, or you know, feature like people on our Instagram or however.
Mhm.
I mean, doing something like this with you is
Mhm.
really awesome because you're gonna like show off a few of our poets, which is incredible. And I know they're like super stoked
Yes.
because there's not a lot of opportunity for that.
Did you guys have any plans for your marketing, like on Instagram, like you're saying, inviting people? Do you have any ideas of what that's gonna look like?
I would like
Yeah.
to somehow find another way to do what I did with the family collages in a different way, where it's like I'm always tagging like another Instagram or like how we did. So it's like, you know, the cross post of like it's on Just Kids and Dirt Magazine. It's like, that's awesome because like immediately you accept that invitation like as a collaborator and we're getting like 5 follows.
Yeah.
Right.
So every family poster got us like 10, 15 follows.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
We're almost to 200.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super exciting. I think before the collages we were at like 80.
Carter has ideas too for that, where it's like we need to be making reels. We have to make reels.
So much pressure from social
I
media.
know.
Yeah.
Just to be clear though, we're not like sitting there like being like, how do we scale this thing? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
No,
we
but
got
it
a
would
we
be
got a
nice.
night we got a night on Sunday. People come hang out. I think the more and more that people buy into the community, and the more that we, you know, really dig into the talent that's there, the more and more
Yeah.
the work will naturally find the pockets that it needs to find.
It's true.
Um,
Something like this is really word of mouth oriented. You know, if someone comes and has a positive experience, then it's a chain reaction.
Oh, for sure. We never even. The first one, me and Carter drove around for like 2.5 hours putting up posters, and then the second two were like, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
People just know. The people that know are gonna be there.
Yeah,
People were meant to find it.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think a single person came from our poster.
maybe.
But I do want to make just like fun, vague posters of just like follow our Instagram, see what we're doing.
Yeah.
You're into poetry.
Little guerrilla marketing would be
Yeah.
fun, like wheat pasting stuff around. I would be really down for something like
So I
that.
also just like love days like that. Where,
Yeah.
Like I create something and then I get to be like putting it up physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. The creative outlets and stuff. You were talking earlier about the zine and do you have any other ideas of what you're gonna do to put work out there? Is it still very much in the works?
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, we have to make that zine. I've been really inspired by Mark Gonzalez's zines that he does with his poetry, where he does like a bunch of little doodles and just like all of his artwork, and then he throws his poems in. It's like I would love to create like something like that for the community, where I can like collect little photos that they've taken, like photography, drawings, really anything, and just kind of throw that together. Don't know much more about it other than that. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out though. I know that we're gonna be like hand making that shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were also talking about bringing more people into it to be more of a collective. I feel like a night to have, obviously the poetry night, but also something else where it's more about conversation, getting ideas of how to grow and be.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely on our radar. Or anybody that, you know, is affiliated or wants to be, in terms of like, they could bring a knowledge of zine making or print making would be really valuable at this point.
100%.
Do you guys have any like techniques you use, writing or anything that might be helpful for other people getting into it?
Truthfully, I don't consider myself a writer.
I wouldn't agree with that though, because you write. Just because you don't want to share it, it doesn't mean that you're not a writer.
Well, it's I would say like when I look at someone like Ray's a crap source.
Okay, well, Ray's like the greatest writer
No,
ever.
but I say it's writing for me is more of like a spontaneous occurrence. It's versus
In the
like
moment.
yeah, and in terms of like me identifying in this, like I feel more excited being in the middle of the room and watching everyone as writers and being able to be a foundation where they can then build on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
that's kind of where I'm at too. But I think that we're all artists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What does Werner Herzog say? Read, 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 read. Just read a lot, and you'll want to write.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, just
that's the
immersing
easiest
yourself.
way. It's like
Totally.
picking up like a Joe Diddy and essay and being like, fuck, I could not do it this well, but like, I have ideas and like I could write this.
Yeah. That's why I like
Being
with the
inspired
theme
by
having a like master text that sort of guides the theme. Because, you know, if people are looking for inspiration, like we're sort of giving them a window. You know, like you haven't written in a while. Maybe you haven't read in a while. Read this and see what it does for you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna contrast myself right now, but I think I've read a lot about like the sadness of growing up in a world where like kids are taught to become like good singers versus just like singing as part of being a human being.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dancing
I love
as
that.
a part of being a human being.
You just have to
me,
do it.
poetry, spoken word is a part of the human experience that we've lost, and,
Mhm.
and all of our ancestors gathered around spoken word across the world, across cultures, and I think in a loneliness epidemic that we see in the world, I think more spaces that are gathered around spoken word are healing for people.
Yeah, I've had a conversation with John about that. It's like we're always comparing ourselves to other writing and everything, but it's really not about that.
It's
Right.
not.
It's so much about just writing what comes from you and
No.
expressing whatever you have to say. So that's been something that we've grown from seeing the poetry reading, so that's been very good. Do you guys have any certain like highlights, like something that comes to mind that really just makes you feel like you're on the right path here?
I think what Rio said about like the repeating faces is huge.
Yeah.
And
well,
having them, you know, be like messaging us like, can't wait to see you guys next week. Or like they pull up and they're just like, you know, they've got their poems printed out or things written out and they're just like
Yeah.
so excited. Like, I've been looking forward to this for weeks.
When they like preface their poem with like talking about themselves or like talking about how important it is, it's like most nights, there's only been 3, but like almost every single one of them, I'm like, oh, this really isn't ours.
Yeah.
Like it's already the community's. Like they've taken this and like made it exactly what it needed to be. And
Yeah.
every time I like get the chills because I'm like, like when Lemon gets up and talks, it's awesome because it's like they're using this platform for good and like trying to like tell their experience of what is happening in their life. And
Yes.
like I think that's really important that we don't have rules and we do just kind of let people do whatever they want
Mm-hmm.
because then things like that come out and it's really nice.
I think too, like watching Sinkei's performance the other night, like that was a moment that, you know, you'll never get back, and we all experienced together, and you know, somewhat a true pure artistic expression shared around 60, 70 people in a bar in the middle, you know, like it's
Yeah, middle of the
little
trail.
moments like that are really, really special. It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any other questions. If you guys want to plug your social media, any upcoming things to look out for.
Yeah. Just Kids Poetry Collective is the @
Yeah. We don't have a theme for the next one. It will be February 1st. Did you realize
Yeah.
that?
Sunday
First.
falls on February 1st for the next
The
reading.
first Sunday. When should we do the second? It's gotta be the first Sunday.
It has to be polka dot, Hamtramck. You know?
Are you still taking suggestions for?
Yeah.
We are for
All
themes.
right. So DM them.
Yes.
Send some ideas.
Yeah. We got only like 2 responses.
They
Which
both
I
were
loved
great.
Both of the responses. Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to do both of them. Honestly, if I only get like a few more, we're gonna do all of them.
Yeah.
If there would have been like 40 people that responded, I'd be like, okay, well that's a lot.
Yeah.
But
Right.
since it's only a few, it's like I will find a way for anyone that really wants to put their idea out there. I just
Yeah.
need them to like pitch them to me a little bit more so then I can like think on the creative side of it,
Yes.
of like what I'll do for posters.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Come out
Really
February
good job.
1st.
Yeah. Come on.